The other big story to come out of kind of the tennis cyclone this week was there's been a lot of talk, and we addressed it. I think it was producer Mike, episode 2 or 3, where we talked about Murray and how everyone should just shut up about him retiring and he can do what he wants because he's a grown-up. Anyways, so he comes out, gets asked about it again, obviously. Every single time he sits down, he gets asked about it. And he said, I'm going to play through the summer. Definitive, but also enough leeway, right? Does summer mean English summer? Do we finish at Wimbledon, or does it mean through the U.S. Open? And he mentioned the Olympics. And if he qualifies for that, let's take a quick listen to Andy Murray saying it himself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm likely not going to play past the summer. I get asked about it after every single match that I play, every single tournament that I play. And I'm bored of the question, to be honest. And yeah, I'm not going to talk more about that between now and whenever the time comes for me to stop. But yeah, I don't plan on playing much past this summer.
All right, so that's Murray in his own words. What do you make of this story? In a crystal ball, what do you see happening for the rest of this year with Andy Murray?
It's such a personal decision that I don't, it's hard because sometimes we can just look at your stats, right? Here's in other sports anyway. Here's your batting average. Here's your points per game. Klay Thompson, we got it down. You got to come off the bench. In tennis, it's so personal. It's also so results driven. Like, Andy Murray's played some very nice tennis already this year. If he can have a nice little run, maybe he reconsiders. If he goes out there and it's really some painful results, I can't imagine he doesn't play Wimbledon. I think after that, it's a wild card.
He's going to play Wimbledon. He's going to play Wimbledon,
right? I mean,
there's no way he stops before Wimbledon.
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious how you dealt with this. I mean, I think specific to Andy Murray, I think, look, the guy's got a hip that triggers airport metal detectors. He has 4 kids at home. He's almost 37 years old. He doesn't need the money. I mean, he's clearly doing this because he wants to be there. I think some of this just digression. In most team sports, right? You've got a beat writer. They follow the team. In tennis, you have different reporting court every week. So the guy in Dubai thinks he's asking this really unique question. Andy Murray, how long are you going to stay out there? And then the next week he goes to, Palm Springs and they say, Andy Murray, how long are you going to keep doing this? This wouldn't happen if you just had a normal reporting court. You didn't have to face a different set of people in the press room every week. So I think some of this is just sort of the logistics of tennis. I just think in an individual sport, you can't say, I'm going to be the designated hitter, right? Or I'm going to limit my minutes and come off the bench. Like, yep. You're out there or you're not. And I think I never understand this inquiry. My attitude is everyone should play lick the bottom of the glass. Like, you have the skill. As long as you're getting pleasure from it, play as absolutely long as you want to play. But there are a lot of factors. Some of them are personal. Some of them are professional. Some players just say, might drop, I'm out. Other players want a victory tour. I think it was Martina. I'm going to quote her, even if I'm misquoting her. But she said that the frustration with athletes as they age is it's not as though you forget everything. It's that the consistency goes. So one day you practice and you're like, awesome, haven't lost a beat. Or you play a set and you say, oh my God, I'm as good as I was in my prime. And then something goes off a cliff. And on the one hand, you say, gee, that was a disappointing result. But you say, you know what? There was about a 20-minute window where I hit the ball as well as ever. So it's really a tough decision. I don't envy any athlete having to make it, but particularly in an individual sport. I don't know how you went through this drill. What were the factors militating for staying? What were the factors militating against staying? And how did you end up making the conclusion you did?
Well, we're going to have to take a quick break because I'm going to have to look up what militating means. That's the difference between a journalist. That's the difference between working on 60 Minutes and working on this podcast, I think, is knowing the definition of militating.